friends, welcome to Frolics and Finds. My name is Marby, and today I'm going to share with you one of my in-house plant, the Thanksgiving cactus that I have right here. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Before we go to that portion, let me first show you my laurel leaf that I dried a couple of weeks ago. So this is how it is looking right now. I actually have quite a bit. Are the leaves that I dried. These are actually very much ready for cooking. Keep it open for a moment until it will completely dry, but I just make sure that it is already in this container. So one more week and this will be completely dry, and I can put this in the basement to hang out with the rest of the spices in my food storage. Definitely, if not for ornamental purposes, for cooking purposes, definitely worth it. And right now it is still growing, it is still thriving, it's still looking healthy since that day that I shared the plant with you. If you're new, welcome, and I do hope you will consider subscribing to this channel. And for the rest of my viewers, thank you so much for dropping by, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up on your way out. Let's start. This is one of the 3 holiday cacti, as you call it. Now, there are 3 kinds of holiday cacti. One is Thanksgiving, one is Christmas, and the other one is Easter. What I have right now is a Thanksgiving cactus, and you will know that it is a Thanksgiving cactus by the pointed claw-like projections at the end. And the leaves are actually shorter than the Christmas one. So these leaves here, as you can see, there's the claw-like feature, shorter, and then it has the same green. The Christmas cactus has a longer leaf that's like almost this length here, and it's more slender, and it doesn't have this claw-like projection. It has a blunt end. And another difference between the Christmas and the Thanksgiving cactus is, of course, when they bloom, for the Thanksgiving cactus, it will bloom at the end of this leaf here. And then for the Christmas cactus, it will bloom from underneath the leaves. So they said that it is best to hang your Christmas cactus, so when you look up, when it's blooming, you can see the flowers looking back at you or staring back at you. But for this one, it is coming out from the end. Now, I have seen white, light pink, dark pink, and I also have seen yellow. But this one that I have is a mix between red, it has that orange tinge. This is probably why it's called Thanksgiving, but almost like this color in the bloom. So this is actually a very low maintenance plant. Well, how do you plant this thing? Well, you just grab a clump from your big box store if you're lucky. But off tangent here, I would like to apologize regarding the bulbs, because I just wasn't able to get any bulbs from Rural King, from Walmart. I just did not. They just don't have it. And I'm just scared to order online because I might be, after charging the car, they're going to say it's on back order. So we can table the bulbs as of the moment. I said this usually are available from your big box store, grocery stores during this time, but I'm not sure because of the problem that we have. But I got this 4 years ago, and when I got this is just how small it was, like a very small clump. It's just grown and grown, and I'm really loving this. So this is my 4th year with this plant. And I really do love to keep plants with me that I can keep for a long time. I am following a lady here on YouTube. She has succulents that she's been, taking care for like 18 years, 20 years. So I really love that fact. Now, for this kind of cactus, this actually will grow for a long time. And I have seen some in YouTube that there are like an heirloom cactus from their grandparents. They're like 20, 30, 40 years old. This will grow. This will like form a stem if you take care of it long enough to show those stems and for this to grow. And I've also seen one that they train it like there's a stem, almost like a topiary form. I don't know if I'm gonna go that far, but I'm just gonna really let it be, and I'm really loving the fact that it's been with me for 4 years. Now, during springtime, when this is actively growing, this will actually show roots. In fact, here's a remnant here. If you can see that is actually a root. And when springtime comes, you will see tons of roots in every groove here. So that tells you that it wants to be plant growing. So you can actually just snip it here, leave it to dry overnight, and then just stick it in your soil or in your pot of growing soil the following day or two, and it will grow. So this is very low maintenance. This actually is different from your succulent cactus or the cactus that you found in the desert, where they really require a lot of direct heat. This is different because this is not a desert cactus. This did not thrive in the desert. This thrives in actually Latin America, in a tropical forest. You can see this on the trees, under canopies of the trees and the stem of the trees, almost like orchids. This is where it came from. So it really likes to have humidity and not direct sunlight. So if I am going to get this and put this outside, especially in the summertime, this is gonna die. So this is a perfect indoor plant. Okay, diseases. Root rot is the #1 cause, and that is because of overwatering. So, this leaves here, this is true to all succulent, all tropical plants. If they have thicker leaves, it means that they can manage their water supply well. That means that you'll kill this plant by overwatering than by underwatering. In fact, there was a time that this was not watered for the exact 4 weeks because we had to go on vacation, and the leaves could thin a little bit, it'll go wrinkly a little bit, but once you put the water in, it will just absorb it. So be careful when you have a plant, especially a tropical plant that have thicker leaves. Do not overwater them. You can kill them easy by overwatering than not watering. So how do we let this bloom? Okay, there's a lot of advices there in the YouTube universe that you are going to increase the dark time, like around this time, or maybe sometimes in August. You actually start doing that in the end of August or first week of September, that you're going to increase its dark time. Meaning there was a time that I actually put this in the closet where it is dark. And it did bloom, but it bloomed at February. So it is more effort than just letting this plant be. One thing that I do notice, this plant is temperamental. If you put this in one place of your house and you're starting to see bloom buds, leave it alone. Because I tried doing that. I tried moving it to a different spot. The blooms just wilted and fell, and it didn't bloom at all. So, and that is true to all of the houseplants actually. When there is a spot in your house where the plant is thriving, do not move them. Leave them alone, because when you move them, they kind of not like it and they go into shock. And this is what happened with this one. So it didn't bloom for me in that year. I saw the bloom buds, but it all just fell down. And then also, it is not good to keep this in like a window where at night when it is dark, a car drives by and it will spotlight the area. It doesn't like that. I noticed that this Thanksgiving cactus, it wants consistency. It doesn't want to be moved around. In fact, this doesn't like being potted a lot. And that is true to all of the holiday cactus. They don't want to be repotted a lot. So I made sure that I'm using this bigger pot, which actually was the original pot for that plant right there. But I'm just using this here because, it gives it a room to grow, because I really want this to grow really big, because I've seen ones that are really big and they're beautiful. And next spring, I'm going to make sure that me and my daughter's going to snip this and plant so she could take it with her when she moves to college 4 years from now. Yes, that's how far ahead I am thinking about these things. So I think I have mentioned the characteristics of this, the features of this. I hope that those were some information that are useful to you, and you're able to be confident enough to grab, because it took me a while to get this plant, because I really didn't understand it. Like, how can I not kill this once this is inside a house? So you can hardly kill this plant, really. You can kill this by overwatering, but if you forget about it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And like I said, for me, if it blooms, great. If not, this is still very beautiful, even if it's, just by the foliage. Just look at that. See how beautiful that is. So if it gives me blooms during the pandemic in 2019, this was giving me profuse bloom on February. So much for Thanksgiving. So I just let it be. If it wants to bloom a certain month that it wants, I'll let it be. I try not to, you know, manipulate it because it's a lot of work and frustration. So I just let the thing be. So guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you can share this to somebody who might be able to use the information, please do so. And that is it for today, guys. I hope you are, you know, getting ready for Thanksgiving. And if I'm not able to release a garden video next week, it is just because it is Thanksgiving. We need to give time for that. I'll see you again next time. Bye.